Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network. Find us on InsideEdgeNetwork.com for the latest information on your favorite shows, personalities, and network partners. Plus, guess what? We have a merch shop. That's right, we have network polos, t-shirts, champion jackets, hats, and bottles. Rep the network. Every purchase supports independent sports and entertainment media. Use the QR code on your screen right now to check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. That's InsideEdgeNetwork.com.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all the leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to Fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams.
And welcome in, everybody, to another episode of Friday edition of Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, which, ladies and gentlemen, means he's over to your right. And I'm Eli Moon. The lights have not gone out. In fact, they've just started. We're going to do a little switcherooski. Chad Bryan to my right. You're right. Goodness, we almost got out of control there for a moment. Wheels almost coming off early. Chad, it is Friday. We made it. Another edition of Inside Edge Primetime. We are happy the people are here with us. I'm happy you're here with us. After Wednesday, you went back at the time machine. I was a little concerned there.
Yeah, you never know.
Man, we're back. We're back in the saddle. Friday edition. Another Friday. We made it. Congratulations. Yes. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. It's like I said, it's Friday. It doesn't feel like Friday. I told you last night my days are going to be off for the next, I don't know. I mean, probably 5 years or so. I'm never going to get it back. But I'm doing pretty good. Actually, today does feel like a Friday. You brought that up earlier, and it really does.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like the end of the week, man. I'm doing pretty good. I'm ready for the weekend. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. I'll tell you, it's been a busy week. Good week, a lot of sunshine, and yeah, I'm ready for the weekend. Got a lot of good stuff planned. Very excited for the weekend. In Game 7 tomorrow, we'll talk a little bit, about the Spurs Thunder, probably more so next week. We got a lot planned. I know we talked about it yesterday, but I'll tell you what, we got a lot planned for you. Instead, we have a great interview later on. We're going to have Matt Wintz join the show with our very own Chad Bryan from WKYC, Channel 3 meteorologist, Matt Wintz, and friend of the program. So we're excited to have him back. We'll see how he's doing. Usually he should not be staying up this late. So the fact that he is, kudos to Matt. We appreciate it. And, he's going to sit down with Chad. We'll let him do that a little bit later on. That'll be in the second segment. So we have Matt on standby. We appreciate his patience so far. Deal with our shenanigans for a little bit.
Yes.
Later on, we debut Friday Free-For-All. I know you're probably saying, okay, Eli, you debuted Friday Free-For-All like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and then you never brought it back. We get it. We had to take it back into the workshop, kind of work it around. Yep. This week is going to be a lot of fun. We have a new way to do it. Chad and I will explain later on. But before we get into all that, of course, we're going to start off with some Cavaliers talk. Koby Altman, the president of basketball operations, he decided that, hey, I'm going to talk to the media today and tell them everything's okay. Everything's all good. And he talked very glowingly, Chad, about not only Kenny Atkinson and that they had no plans of firing Kenny. No discussion. But you know what? They love James Harden. They think Donovan Mitchell's the guy.
Okay.
Evan Mobley, he's part of his future, part of the future. There's a big there with Koby Altman. And Jalen Tyson, talk about him as well. He's going to be potentially a trade piece. Jalen Tyson, the second year now, going to his third year this upcoming season. Jalen Tyson will be a third-year player. He might be off the table now at this point. So just very interesting. And I think above all of that, right, was something that, and don't get me wrong, Koby Altman has some quotables, and I know AA is going to tear him apart probably or have something to say at midnight here on the Inside Edge Network. Make sure you tune in Midnight Run with Anthony Alford 12-1 later on tonight. But here's my thoughts. Donovan Mitchell, what are we talking about? Chad, I sent this to you earlier today. We have to play it for the people because I can't believe. Now, this is from like Anscape. It says in the top right corner. So Anscape and ESPN. And I was like, Chad, maybe this is old. Like, maybe I sent you something that's old. Let me check. And I went and watched the ticker.
I hope it's old, man. I hope it's old.
The ticker literally has stuff about Mitchell Robinson, who's obviously injured right now for the New York Knicks with his pinky finger, that is. We'll see if he plays. If Stephen A. Smith, he better play, essentially, is what he said. But that was going on. And then, of course, the Sean Sweeney news, if you missed that as well. He goes from being one of the assistant coaches of the San Antonio Spurs to the new head coach of the Orlando Magic. A lot to break down next week. Very jam-packed show tonight. So we're going to have to bookmark a few of those. But nonetheless, Chad, I'm going to play the video that I sent you earlier. And we'll have everybody else listen. Donovan Mitchell with some very questionable things said. I guess his opinion on how the season ended and how he's feeling about his run.
This is one of those things real quick, Eli. When you watch the video, like see if there are things that you notice that stand out in one way or another. Sometimes it's not just what people are saying, right? It's like maybe some visual clues that you might find within, maybe embedded or maybe not so embedded within the video. Things like that. Just keep that in mind as you watch.
Here's Donovan Mitchell.
We may win a ring here. We may never win a ring here. But I've won in life. I'm out of here. Catch y'all in 19 weeks.
Okay. Chad. Let me just dissect a few things here. Okay. First off, Donovan Mitchell. Did we see? I know you saw. Did anybody out there catch what Donovan Mitchell was wearing on his head? The hat that he had on?
Said Cleveland, right?
No. That would be a New York Mets.
Oh, that was a New. That's fine. It's fine. It's New York. It's not the same as who did they get swept by in the Eastern Conference Finals?
The New York Knicks, and they share the same colors as the Mets. And just so happened that Donovan Mitchell,
same New York. Like New York.
He's he's from New York, So I mean, hey, he's gonna just say he's supporting his New York guys. Okay. That's why I just thought maybe it's old. Maybe it's an old video. Maybe and then the ticker shows that it was played today on ESPN. And I got a serious problem with Donovan Mitchell now because we can play the Koby Altman clips. I think we'll save it for AA. Kyle obviously on Unfiltered, 5 to 6 p.m. Kyle Cornell Unfiltered with you 5 to 6 here on weekdays. He played some of the clips. We played him, Koby Altman. I think we're going to save those for AA to play a little bit later because I think we have enough right here. Why in the world would I want Donovan Mitchell leading my basketball team if he doesn't feel pressure? Now, this is multiple times. He doesn't feel pressure.
Yeah,
pressure.
We're going to have Yankees fans chiming in the comments. Obviously, we're going to have that. But I think we can all agree that this maybe wasn't the best time before you get to the rest of your point for him to be wearing a New York hat. Right? You understand the optics of what you just did, right? Like everybody knows that's fine. He's from New York. I get it. Maybe it just wasn't the time. Like maybe throw that hat on after the interview. I don't know. Maybe have literally anything else that you could have worn. Anything else.
Like you could.
That's colorway, and I would have been more okay. Whatever.
Should have got a Flint Tropics hat. I mean, what are those doing nowadays?
Yeah.
I mean,
Jackie Moon. Yeah, come on.
Yes, that's my uncle.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah. All right, but we think about Donovan Mitchell, however, and we here's the thing: he's already talked about the pressure and not feeling pressure, and pressure is your next meal. And now he's talking about we may win a ring here, we may not, but I've won in life. Hold on, Chad. Let's make sure I didn't hear anything wrong. Hold on, I'm gonna play one more time.
We may win a ring here, we may never win a ring here, but I've won in life. I'm out of here. Catch y'all in 19 weeks.
Again, courtesy of ESPN and Anscape. What the hell was that?
I
mean, we are talking about not feeling pressure, and I'm not worried about it. And you know what? I've heard from Cavaliers beat reporters that this team is emotionless and they're just kind of easygoing. And now he's won in life already, Chad. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. So why are we giving so many opportunities to Donovan Mitchell? Because he's a community leader. Yes, I'll give you that. And he's a good scorer. But
have we verified the date of that though? It's bugging me. Like the catch-all in 19 weeks makes me believe that it just happened, right?
Yeah. I mean, and the fact that it aired on ESPN today. Now, if it is old, I'll eat my words. But the fact that it aired on ESPN today and everybody on social media was circulating it from today, it'd be a little odd in my opinion, it'd be a little odd for ESPN to be airing something from a year, 2 years ago, especially after the Cavs just got knocked out.
Yeah.
So maybe it is a little bit older. Regardless, the fact
of it is, I keep hoping it is.
Because the fact of the matter is, Donovan Mitchell has said so many questionable things when it comes to being a Cavalier, not feeling pressure. He's won in life. And yes, Donovan Mitchell's made a lot of money. He's brought in millions of dollars. He's done great work for the community. And he is a prolific scorer. And then that's probably where it stops. If you want to make it to the second round and maybe an occasional, thank you for the first time, Eastern Conference Finals, and sure, Donovan Mitchell's that guy. But I think there's a lot of things to be evaluated when it comes to him as the leader of this team, because he's just ho-hum about a lot of things, and that's not what you need. And that's why people are banging at the table for LeBron, Giannis, all of that. I mean, it's just so frustrating seeing Donovan Mitchell talk like this, whether it's old, whether it's not. I don't think it is. I mean, it has to be from at least his previous. The 19 weeks thing is a little odd, but I don't know. Just it would be odd for ESPN to air it right now when the Knicks are in the finals. It's just all odd timing.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, like I said, of the two possible outcomes, I'd rather be wrong here. I hope that we're wrong about this. I hope that this was, whatever, a couple years ago, and that would make me feel better. I don't care if I'm wrong. I'm going to say a lot of stuff on here, and I'm going to be wrong. It's whatever. But yeah, I really hope that we're wrong about this, Eli, because it's just the optics are terrible. Listen, the message isn't bad, right? That's how I want my kids to feel when they play youth rec sports. Like, hey, it's fine if you've won at life already because you can walk away knowing you did your best. Like, okay, that's what we tell kids. But like when you're being paid $50 million a year or more to play a sport and presumably to bring a title to a city, you kind of want more than I don't care. I mean, if I want to bring whatever, ring, no ring, I've won at life. Two things can be true, right? You can feel like you've won at life, and you can also have like a very passionate drive to go win a championship. Like you can do both things. They can follow the same path. That's not like the fork in the road. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's a little troubling. Like, again, I don't mind the positive message. That's fine. But to almost say it like, hey, look, I really don't care if we win or not. I don't care. Maybe you could have worded it a little bit more, professional. Like, hey, we're trying like hell to go get a chip. We're going to do every single thing that we can. But we also know that, hey, man, at the end of the day, we're professional. We're playing a kid's game. We've won at life. But we're also trying to push and make it to that next level and win a championship, right? Like, again, both things can be true. Like, you didn't have to say it like you didn't care while wearing a New York hat. Whatever.
Yeah, just questionable behavior by Donovan Mitchell. I mean,
I hope it's old, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't imagine how old it could really be if they're airing it today on ESPN. But I guess we'll see, right? That's our talk of the Cavaliers today. We're not going to ruin our Friday with them because they have a lot of things to work out this offseason. We'll see how they maneuver throughout. But if you're here, and obviously you are here, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow at InsideEdge.net on all the socials, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. Stay locked in with Chad and I and all of the great daily and weekly shows here across the Inside Edge Network. And go check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. Read about your favorite personalities, Chad and I, and everybody who does a great job across the network. Go check out the partners page, W Energy, Mosser Moments, SportsMemorabilia.com, Fanatics.com, and EllieRoseFragrances.com. Cannot do it without them and couldn't do it without you at home. So we appreciate you. Go over to that shop, grab a mug, a windbreaker, a shirt, a polo, a hat, all of the great stuff. Use that promo code INSIDER for 20% off your order until the end of May. 20% off your order. Rep the network, just like Chad B. Right. Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader, and your source for sports, entertainment, mental health, conversations, news, and everything in between. That's at InsideEdgeNetwork.com, 20% off for just a few more days. So take advantage.
Yeah.
All right, that's what we're going to do. While we're during the break, we might go and get some more gear ourselves. You go grab some caffeine, some dinner, and you're not going to want to miss it. When we come back from the break, we're going to have Chad Bryan, our very own Chad Bryan, sit down with WKYC and Channel 3 meteorologist Matt Wintz, friend of the program. And we're going to catch up with Matt. I think we stayed away from some onion questions, and we should at least, right? Like,
well, yeah, I'm not going to ask him. Well,
okay.
I might bring it up just to gauge how he's doing, make sure he's okay.
Yeah.
But we're not going to get into it. Yeah. No.
Okay. We talked about this. Like, so we literally have like 5 minutes. I hope you did not go away from what okay. So Chad's going to sit down. We have Matt patiently waiting by. Matt Wintz from Channel 3, WKYC meteorologist, sitting down with Chad Bryan here next. We'll get him in here. I'll do a little swap behind the scenes, and I'll be back with you for Friday Free For All. After Matt Wintz, we're back with Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. After this.
Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Whether searching for a baseball autographed by your favorite World Series slugger, a signed football by an iconic Hall of Famer, or the jersey of a world-famous soccer star, you've come to the right place. Here at sportsmemorabilia.com, the web's leading source of authentic sports memorabilia, you'll find more than 500,000 authentic products from nearly every professional sports league, team, and players. Not only will you find your next prized sports possession with ease thanks to superb customer service and tremendous site experience, you'll have the satisfaction and peace of mind that every product listed comes complete with a certificate of authenticity and is fully backed by the sportsmemorabilia.com lifetime authenticity guarantee. Go to sportsmemorabilia.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. Sportsmemorabilia.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network, Cleveland's digital leader.
Coming up tonight on Midnight Run, the breaking news, any breaking news, we got all that covered, including Unpack Fridays. Could the SEC break away from college football? Sounds like they might be on the move. We'll see how that goes. Did you miss the show last night? How could you? We talked about your love story with LeBron James. Folks, you like it when LeBron flirts with you. Come on, you love it. You love that. When LeBron flirts with you, he's doing it again. He's recapping the finals run with the Cavaliers. Can it be? Can it be? And are you ready to spin on LeBron James once again for that one final run? Because it's a love story that you could never forget. We talked about that last night. Plus, the all-important, the never-before-seen QB tracker. We was on it, the QB tracker between Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson. Hear what Garrett Bush had to say about the QB battle and why we're not going to learn a thing until the pads come on. And baseball, my. Maybe the LeBron story, the love story might be a little easier than what Rob Manfred's trying to accomplish with the salary cap and floor. But we talked about all that last night on Midnight Run, and we got more Midnight Run every Monday through Friday at midnight right here on the Inside Edge Network.
Mosser Moments Photography is a husband and wife wedding photography team based in Cleveland, owned and operated by Inside Edge Network's very own Ryan Mosser and his wife, Hallie. For the past 10 years, they've captured more than 100 weddings across Northeast Ohio and beyond, always working together as a true two-person team. Their style centers on authentic, emotional storytelling, documenting the real moments between two people in love and creating images that feel natural, comfortable, and true to the couple. Rooted in Northern Ohio but inspired by their travels, Ryan and Hallie bring a warm, personal approach to every wedding day. Their work blends experience, consistency, and a genuine passion for helping couples relive their best day through timeless photography. Learn more at MosserMomentsPhotography.com by using the QR code on your screen right now. MosserMomentsPhotography.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Clean energy, bold flavors, and no jitters. See why people won't shut up about Dubby. Clean energy, no jitters or crash. Whether you're starting your workday or getting ready to exercise, Dubby Energy helps you lock in and focus. With over 15 flavors to choose from, you can't miss. Order Dubby Energy right now by using the QR code on your screen and use the promo code InsideEdge10 to receive 10% off your order. Dubby Energy, your energy-focused sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital. Discover our collection of handcrafted candles. That's right, every product is thoughtfully created in small batches free from harmful toxins for mindful everyday indulgence. Our candles are hand-poured in coconut soy wax with natural wood wicks, offering a long-lasting burn and rich fragrances. Create a cozy, safe ambiance for your home with candles from Alley Rose Fragrances. First-time customers use the promo code InsideEdge20 to receive 20% off your order. AlleyRoseFragrances.com, proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Podcast Network.
Hey, and welcome on in. Hello, everybody. As you can see on the screen with me, look, you start on the screen. That's big time. When you start on the screen, you're like officially a part of the family, Matt. Anyway, sweet. With me today, I have WKYC meteorologist Matt Wintz, my friend. Matt, what's going on?
What's up, buddy? It's summer vacation. Kids are out of school today. They're tucked in their beds and they're full of sugar, and parents are tired.
Yes, I'm very tired. I feel like it's mid-July.
Yes.
No, I don't feel like it's mid-July. I'm pretty energized, to be honest with you. The end of the school year's fun. It's been pretty hectic though. The last week or so, 2 weeks maybe. All the stuff, kids are bringing all the stuff home. My daughter brought home a giant backpack full of things. She couldn't even zip it all the way. There were like things. I don't even recognize some of that stuff. Like, is that a whole locker? What is that in there?
Right. Amazing what they accumulate throughout the year. But yeah, it's nice to be in summer now. I mean, I think we share that energy. Last day of school yesterday, we had that energy as parents too, and it's just like it feels like you're a kid again, but then you realize you're not. So there's that.
Yes.
Yeah.
You sadly quickly realize that you are actually very responsible for everything that goes on.
It's in charge here. Yeah.
Right. Stuff. So That's always a nice, but it's good to have them home. I just told my kids this morning, I said, I'm glad you guys are home. I said, there's never a point during the school year where I'm like, you know what? I'm glad they're gone for like 6 or 7 hours.
Right.
I miss them. You know what I mean? So it's nice to have them home. So that's really
Right.
good. So anyway, how have you been?
Everything's good. Yeah. I mean, the weather's turned. I think last time we talked, we still had snow in the forecast, some frost chances, and yeah, things have turned. I mean, we are fully into a summertime weather pattern. I'm happy about that. I'm on vacation this next week, so we're kicking things off. I mean, things are good over in the Wintz household, Chad. How are you?
Things are great here as well. Are you spending the beginning of your vacation with the Inside Edge Network?
I am. Yeah, you're kicking it off officially. So
wow, I did. Listen, we have officially we're a vacation destination at this point. We're gonna have to buy a timeshare probably.
Yeah. I think those are scams.
One of those deals. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's good. No, we're good. We're unfortunately we still keep the camping chairs in the bags. That's been a struggle already. Yeah, you know about that.
Yeah.
I still don't understand why.
I don't either. It's such a waste of time. Camping
know.
chair bags. People, I'm sure, I don't know if the listeners are aware of this, but you and I both mutually bond over the fact that camping chairs, the ones you take to the sports events and the ones you take camping, they don't belong in bags because you spend 10 minutes out of your day putting that thing in and taking it out. Just leave it out. Throw it in the car. Open.
Have you ever had a bag of cereal accidentally come out of the box?
Sometimes.
And it turns into like a beached whale and you can't get it back in. It's the same thing with the camping chair. I don't know how it works, but it's
Right.
physics. So whatever. We're not here to talk physics. We're here to talk we're going to talk a little bit of everything. We're going to get some weather. I guess we'll get that early June outlook. We'll talk some Cavs and we'll talk some Guardian. It's after Memorial Day, Matt. We're allowed to talk Guardians. We're allowed to do it.
Yeah, it's official. You said that last time, and I know we were itching, but yeah, you can't tell what's happening in baseball until Memorial Day or afterwards. And now we have a good feel for who's good and who's not.
Yeah, like the entire American League apparently is not very good, but we'll get to that in a moment. First of all, you said we're out of the no more snow in the forecast. The frost is probably not a thing. We're in a summer weather pattern. What exactly does that look like for the next couple of weeks for the first half of June?
Yeah, so we're coming off, Chad, a really wet spring. All right, this was a wet spring, and it was a weird spring. We had a lot of ups and downs. Which typically we have in the spring, but we had a lot of like really ups and really downs. Trees and plants and all that stuff had a really hard time this spring. A lot of things were early to bloom, and then we had a frost and a freeze, and now they're just a wreck. So we're starting to play catch up here in terms of all that. But we're going to go really dry, and we noticed that today was a beautiful day. We had a beautiful day yesterday. There's this thing, and it's a buzz term on social media. It's called the omega block pattern. There's a name for everything. So if you picture with me, the Greek letter omega, it's kind of like a horseshoe, right? Goes up and over. And that's what the jet stream's doing right now, where we've got a dip out west. We've got this big ridge or bump right over Ohio and the Great Lakes. And then we've got another dip out east. Where the dips are, that's where you've got the rotten weather. So it's cool. It's rainy out west. It's cool and gross. And they may even have snow in the mountains out east. We are centered right underneath that ridge, and it's a perfect spot to be. But kind of like a hose, when you kink a hose, the water stops flowing through it. That's what happens when the jet stream gets into this pattern where everything gets stuck. It's not moving. We don't have a system every 2 or 3 days. So what we have here in Ohio is the best weather in the entire country over the next 7 days. We've got dry weather for the first time all spring and sunshine and low humidity. I mean, it's just a wonderful pattern to get stuck in. Meanwhile, out east and out west, they're stuck in a rainy, really kind of dismal start to June. And so that's how we're going to start the month. On the beautiful side, we do have to start to watch for drought as we go throughout the month. We go from flooding to drought, but we need to get some rain. And I do think we get that pattern moving again next week. So we'll have some periodic storms, but really beautiful week ahead as we look forward to next week.
That sounds fantastic. I mean, my kids and I were already planning for stormy days. We're like, the first stormy day, we're going to build a fort in the living room. We're going to hide in here. We're going to do this. But it sounds like we might not have to worry about that for a little bit.
Not for a while. It's funny because I wait for rainy days too to do like inside work, like, I don't know, organizing things or laundry. And I'm looking at the forecast. I'm like, nothing's going to get done in this house. Like my wife and I are going to be outside every day. So
you'll have no clean clothes for the next 3 weeks.
Yeah, we can't have guests over for a long time.
That's okay. Let me ask you this. This is the important question, I think, of the whole, probably the entire interview. Will I soon be able to mow my entire yard?
Oh, yes. I know it's been a struggle, right? I got my mower stuck 3 times.
It's been a thing on the show. Yeah, it's been, yeah. Okay. You got your stuck too. Okay.
I guess I've never gotten this thing stuck. I'm like, oh man, we're just spinning. But yes, so Chad, the back 40 you're going to be able to get mowed here. You could probably do it now. Is it still really wet now, or has it dried out last couple of days?
It's a little wet. I can't get the front part of the yard, and then there's one strip, and we have a little ditch in the front right by the road. I got to get the weed whacker out. It's almost as tall as me down there now. It's pretty bad.
Just watch out for ticks. Apparently, those are really bad again this year.
Yes, yeah. And by the, do you have I don't know. Is there do you know a shortcut for that? We've been thinking about maybe calling a company and trying to do something, but does that stuff work? I mean, does that?
I don't know. I mean, they sell it obviously as a product where they spray, but like, can you really cover that much land? And then the tick's just going to move from somewhere that's not spray. I don't know. Right. I don't buy it. I just think you have to deal with it. I mean, yeah, they're prevalent here and all. They're prevalent everywhere, but that Lyme disease stuff is really getting bad across the country. So
I know that's terrifying. Actually, I found one in my hamper the other day. I was doing laundry and I pulled out the tick, and it sure was. And I thought, man, like, we got to check the kids every time they come inside. Yeah. Like, yeah, we used to just have summer without worrying about these things. That's
right. I mean, we probably got bit by ticks all the time as kids, and we're fine. So,
well, relatively speaking, we're fine.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so that's great. Weather's good. June sounds great. My birthday is coming up in June, so I'm happy about that. So
when's your birthday?
It is June 20th.
That's crazy. Mine's the 24th. I knew we were birthday brothers.
Yeah, I remember having that conversation. Yeah, that's
yeah.
I will be much older than you, though. I'm in my mid 80s, so I'll be
Well, I like how you did it in weather terms too, like mid or upper 80s.
Yes, I tried. High humidity as well.
Right. When is Father's Day this year? Does your birthday often fall on Father's Day?
It usually, yes. I think it's the 21st this year because I think my birthday is on a Saturday. I think Father's Day is on that Sunday. So yeah.
So do you get 2 rounds of gifts, or is it kind of
no? It's one. It's make it work. Yeah. Here's a gift. Make it work. Right. Like say it's a pair of shoes. I might get one shoe for my birthday and then the other shoe for Father's Day.
Yeah, that's
how that works.
Well, happy early birthday to you, buddy.
Same to you. Happy
early
birthday. We'll have you on just about around maybe the time of your birthday next month.
Let's do it. Let's celebrate that way. We're both old, so we don't party anymore. So
yes. Yeah, we'll have a little birthday cake. We'll blow out the candles.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, speaking of celebrations, I mean, I guess it depends on how we're going to pivot to. We're going to listen. It depends on how you look at the season, right? But the Cavaliers had a pretty good season. Started out tough. We've talked about that before, but the way they ended it, right? They took a step forward. They went to the Eastern Conference Finals, first time in a long time. The first time without LeBron in a very, very long time. So, my question to you is, should we be excited and encouraged about the step forward that the Cavs took this year? Or does it just kind of leave a bad taste in our mouths the way that it ended? I mean, it just sort of felt like a lot of people think they just stopped giving effort in that Eastern Conference Finals, but the Knicks were really hot. So my question is, how do we feel about that?
Yeah, well, I mean, my consensus is that we should be super proud of it. I mean, they were gassed. I mean, they had 2 riveting, and I mean, you've talked about this on the show, 2 really long 7-game series where they're giving it all every single night, and then you're going every other day where there's not 2 or 3 days off as you're traveling. I mean, they were gassed, and you saw it. I mean, they gave it their all. Knicks came out game 1. Knicks were rusty. I mean, we knew that. We knew it was going to take them some time to get back, and so we took advantage of that up until fourth quarter. And man, once we gave up that lead in that fourth quarter, I mean, it kind of felt like that series was over. Yeah. But I don't think there's no way they gave up. They didn't come that far to give up. I mean, they were just less energy than the Knicks. I mean, the Knicks have 5 to 7 players that can all do the job every single night, and whereas we're a little bit more streaky. Harden, I think, showed up a lot of games. It was nice to see him, but other games, the turnovers, led to that. And I don't know. I'm proud of him, but I think Dan Gilbert's going to go into this offseason. I mean, he spends money. We know that, and I love that about him. And so I think he's going to put some people around, Mitchell and hopefully Harden. Harden should be back this year, right? I think he'll do a good job, and we'll come back next year and hopefully take another step.
Yeah, that sounds good to me. I think that we a lot of people in town give ownership of a couple of the teams a hard time,
right?
With the Browns and Guardians. Mm-hmm. But I think in Dan Gilbert, we might have the best owner in sports. I really think that. I guess for the his propensity to really give back to the community and to really just pour into the team and pour into the community. I mean, a lot of owners want to win, right? But there are a lot of owners out there that I think the chief goal is to make a profit, and that's okay. Mm-hmm. That's why you literally get into business, right? You want to make a profit, but right. Dan Gilbert seems to be about just kind of winning and making people happy and doing the right thing, and we appreciate that here, I think. So,
Yeah, every year he has an exciting product. I mean, the Cavs are always exciting to watch every year. We're landing the big names, and I just remember when we had LeBron, but then once we got Kevin Love, I'm like, what? We can afford Kevin Love, and he's coming to Cleveland. Like that was the moment for me where I'm like, man, he can spend some money, and we've had stars ever since on this team. And when they got Harden, it was like, what? So we'll see what he does. I think it's going to be a really exciting offseason. And they're going to come back with that fire next year. It's going to be on their wall in their training room. That they got swept by the Knicks. So we'll see.
I hope so. And I don't mean that. I don't mean that in a negative way. I just hope that they turn that into a positive. I hope they. Sometimes I think they have. Maybe the perception is that they have the inability to play with that chip on their shoulder, right? That little extra motivation,
right?
And I hope they can turn that corner because I feel like if you motivate this team, they're so talented. You see what Evan Mobley can do in stretches, and I mean Donovan Mitchell. It goes without saying. I mean he's one of the better players in the league, obviously. But if you give this team and Jarrett Allen, right, when he gets a little bit motivated, like suddenly he explodes, and he's very, very good. We just thought maybe they didn't run the ball through the low post through Mobley and Allen enough against the Knicks, but I'm not sure. I mean, looking back on the series, I don't know what they could have done. The Knicks,
I don't think you could do anything.
Yeah.
So who do you have in the finals? What are you seeing here?
Yeah, we got to wait for Game 7 out in the West.
Right. West is crazy right now. Last night, obviously Spurs handled business. I didn't think they would, and they did. But do you think Knicks match up against Thunder Spurs?
I don't know. I mean, I want to say no because I think the Thunder and the Spurs are both so complete. I thought the Thunder were by far the most complete team in the NBA, but we just talked about it with I talked about it with Eli last night on Primetime right here on the Inside Edge Network. I said, look, I didn't really believe the Spurs had a chance, but I thought maybe they weren't quite ready yet. But they're here. I mean, they're on the big stage and they're performing, and they could very easily win Game 7. But I feel like the way the officiating has gone out there. He asked me who I would put my money on if I had to put money on somebody. I said, I think it would be the Thunder right now, just because they're getting all the calls, and that's been kind of the trend. But hey, we'll see. But I think whoever comes out of the West is probably going to win the finals. But I find myself rooting for the Knicks a little bit.
I agree,
just because I've always been the guy that when my team loses, I'm like, well, now I want that team to win the championship because we lost to the champions, right? Like
same here. That's always been my mindset too. I mean, even I'm even wearing the Ohio State stuff. Even if
I know.
I mean, I was like, I don't want it. If they beat Ohio State, might as well see them win everything. So anyway, I get it.
Yeah, at least if they're going to win the game, you don't want to see them finish whatever, losing the first round of the playoffs.
Get crushed,
contender. Yeah, I agree with you there.
Yeah, me too.
Well, speaking of contenders, we have another contender in town. We, believe it or not, for all the talk of the lack of the Dolan's spending on the Guardians. Guardians are one of the 4 or 5 best teams in the American League, and I don't even think that's questionable at this point. I mean, we've gone through periods where we only have like 3 or 4 teams, 4 teams right now with a winning record in the American League. The A's have been back and forth right around 500, so it could be 5 at the time, but whatever. So let me ask you this: are the Guardians? Can they win the American League? Are they could they be the best team in the American League?
I don't think so. I just don't. They're great. They do this every year where you're like, we've got some talent, right? We've got Jose Ramirez. We've got some young talent coming up. I get it. Pitching has always been a thing. And they make it happen every single year through good coaching, through great development. I mean, our player development has got to be the best in baseball, if not top 5. But the talent, I don't see us stacking up against the Yankees, the Blue Jays even. I think it's going to be tough come playoff time is what I mean. And those teams, if they're not, 20, 30 games above 500 at the All-Star break, they're going to make some big trades to get bigger names in there. It's just the way baseball's structured right now. I know there's a lot of talks around putting salary caps on, and I think everyone except for the owners and the players agree that this needs to be something that's done because it's just not fair for the guards against teams like New York Yankees and other teams that spend a lot of money. And so I'm a Cleveland fan, true and true. But overall, I don't think come playoff time that we would match up against teams like that. I just don't. But baseball, again, anything can happen any game. You get 4 games in a series, all of a sudden, you're talking next round. And so I don't know. What are your opinions on that?
Well, I mean, I think that listen, the Guardians definitely benefit from being in probably the weakest division in baseball, right? We know the American League Central is not It's not the top. It's not even the middle, right? It's the
Watch
low.
out for those White Sox. Yeah.
I know they're above 500, but I keep telling Eli, hey, in August they're not going to be there anymore. Don't worry about
right.
They're better than they were last year, obviously,
Mm-hmm.
but they're not going to finish above 500. I don't think. If any team in this division besides the Guardians finishes above 500, I think it'll be the Royals. The Royals have the most talent in the division, other than the Guardians. So the Royals just aren't playing really up to snuff right now. But I don't know. It's funny to me that it's like the teams with the lowest payrolls right now in the American League are leading divisions, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the Athletics, the Guardians, and the Rays are really good.
Yeah, they are.
So what I've heard while we're talking about salary caps and salary floors is that the proposed salary floor is going to be around 170 million.
Mm-hmm. That
would be over double the Guardians payroll right now.
Right.
So where do you find that? Suddenly you're spending $90 million more dollars. Like,
is that taxpayer?
Right. Are we funding that? How do you even find $90 million worth of baseball player? Like, how do you go about? Is that like a 3-year increment? Do they have to step it up, or how does that work? And I just don't know if the collective bargaining agreement is going to be. I don't see the owners and the players ever coming to a point where they agree on this, right? So it makes me wonder and worry about how long we'll be without baseball. We could miss baseball for an entire season, and that
I agree.
I don't love that. I remember when I was a kid, I was like, that's the end of the world. And I still feel like that as an adult. So I don't know, but I agree with you. It's like, you have it's the Yankees, the Mets, the Cubs, the Red Sox, and the Dodgers, right? And to a certain point, the Giants and the Padres are there. They can spend a little bit of money, but you have these like large market. Basically, it's 4 cities, 5 teams that can spend money, and that's it. And baseball shouldn't be like that. But despite the fact that it is, there's still parity. You still have these teams with really low payrolls winning divisions and going deep in the playoffs. So that's going to be the argument against it,
Yeah.
But I agree with you. I think they need to do something. There needs to be a salary cap and a salary floor. You've got to force some of these teams to make it at least appear that they're trying to compete, right?
Yeah, it's interesting too. You speak about the lower salary teams that are doing so well. To me, that just says the teams that have the money. It's almost like they have a sense of entitlement. Like we're better. We have the talent. We can turn it on anytime we want. And then the teams like the Guardians every single year have this underdog mentality that goes well in sports. That gives you enough motivation to do well, and they play as hard as they can every single day. Whereas these other teams are taking a vacation some days mentally. And it goes to show like that's how we've been able to be so successful, because we've got that underdog mentality going in, to the season, and it's paid off well so far. And I really, the Guardians' development in their organization is amazing. We're always putting out star pitchers, and it's amazing to see these young kids come up, and then all of a sudden, they're stars within a year or two. And it just hats off. The Guardians have an amazing organization from front to back.
Yeah, they do. I couldn't agree more. I say it all the time, every time I get a chance on the show, especially the way they develop pitchers. Like, the fastball slider guys, just 2-pitch, like it's not even really that elaborate, right? It's like pitch tunneling and change of speeds and hitting your spots. And somehow they do it year in and year out, and they end up with monsters in the rotation. It's amazing what they do. And I think that's the difference. I think when you have a little bit less money to spend, you spend more of it on player development, and you focus on what's in house. Whereas, the Dodgers can just go, okay, we'll let all these other teams develop guys. And we'll pluck that guy, trade here, free agent there, no big deal. And that doesn't always work. Yeah, they've won a couple World Series, yeah, obviously, but when you have a close to $1 billion on your payroll, that's going to happen.
Whether that's a really good point.
Yeah, but I love the development aspect of it. I think that's I think the Guardians are really it's second to none. So let me ask you this: if the Guardians were to fight their way through this American League, we know the Yankees and the Rays and some of these teams are going to be really tough. You mentioned the Blue Jays as well. If you had to pick to them to put you on the spot,
sure.
Guardians are going to the World Series. The National League is pretty much right now. It's Braves. And Dodgers, right? Who do the Guardians? There's a lot of. There's some revenge aspects here if they play the Cubs or the Braves, right? So, who in your mind today, right now, on what is it, May 29th? Who would the Guardians be playing in the World Series if they got there?
They would be playing the Braves in the World Series. Yeah, it would be a wild series. It'd be Braves and Dodgers going at it. They'd go 6 games. Braves offense would take it over, and then we'd play the Braves, and it'd be back to the good old days. I still have the book for the World Series. It was like the collector's book, goes through each game. David Justice's hit, and we could finally get revenge. I know we're all thinking about that, 20, 30 years later.
Yeah, I'm thinking about, I'm a Braves fan. I'm on the other side of that thing.
You are a Braves fan. That's right.
Yeah, I grew up, I was a TBS kid. I grew up on 155 games a year on TBS. It was either that or watch the Cubs for about 85 or the White Sox for 30 or whatever. And I really wasn't even like in Reds country either. So it was just, I was in the middle of nowhere. I had the Braves. It's Superstation TBS, right?
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but I don't hold any ill will toward the Guardians. Like I could watch the Guardians and Braves play in the World Series and honestly probably be fine with
and enjoy it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I would be happy with. I really would love to see the Guardians get a World Series championship.
I would too, especially with this payroll stuff. I mean, if they were able to do it now, anytime the Yankees get knocked out of the playoffs, I'm like, yes, take that. Like you just lost so much money. But not really. He's still making money. But
it doesn't matter. Yeah,
it doesn't really matter.
When you have enough money to make money on the money you spend, I feel like that makes me feel a little bit jealous. So of course we're gonna want those guys out of the playoffs.
It's a good business model.
Exactly right. If only I could just achieve that. Right. That's all you got to do.
Right. Same here.
Well, Travis Kelce bought a minority stake in
Yeah.
the Guardians this week. Rumored to be 1%, which some people think that means he put about $17 million in. And it was funny to me because a lot of people are like, all right, now we can afford free. Like Taylor Swift is not going to buy you free agent. That's not how that works. Like she's not going to reach in her purse. Like here's a piece of gum. Here's a
right. Yeah. Travis needs to get Taylor to really like baseball first, which I think he's working on her. But, once she really gets into baseball, maybe she'll start throwing in some of her money to buy players.
Yeah. If she gets down to a Guardians game, listen, I don't know who wouldn't love that atmosphere. It's one of the best in baseball, I believe.
Yeah, I agree.
I haven't been to all the stadiums, but I've St. Louis has great fans. There are places around the country that we know are great for baseball. But I mean, every time I've been to an Indians Guardians game, whatever it's been through the years, it's an absolute it's a great environment. I mean, very, very passionate fans. I mean, people care about the team, especially when they're winning. It's so much fun. We were down there, I think, in 2007 when they clinched the division against the A's, and the crowd was just so. It was like they were just on the edge of their seats the entire game, right? Everybody was so loud. Every deep fly ball got such a huge reaction. It was just so much fun. We went to World Series Game 2 in 2016.
Oh, yes.
Cold, rainy night, but it was still like really, really exciting. It was a great atmosphere. It's one of my favorite places to be. We haven't been in a couple of years now. We got to get back to a baseball game. But
and they made all those changes this last year too. I mean, all the seats are blue now. They've got different. They took away those big concrete things out in right field, and you've got new restaurants that have opened up, new areas to just hang out, and it's really awesome now. It's very updated and modern, which it didn't really need, but they did it. And so even this year versus last year is much different. So I think everyone should go out and get a ball game in.
There you go. And it sounds like it's going to be the perfect weather situation to get a ball game in for a few weeks here too. So
good Red Sox series here this weekend. So
yeah, there you go. I just said you guys are following the Braves schedule right now. It's like every team that the Braves play, the Guardians are right behind them. It's like
next, It's interesting.
So compare the two teams that way, but that's hard to do. It's a transitive property. That doesn't always work in sports. We know that. Well, hey, we should probably get out of here. It's been almost a half hour. Listen, I appreciate your time. Is there anything that you have going on that you want to mention? Anything that's
no.
Nothing at all. Awesome.
I'm on vacation, and I don't care about social media profiles. I don't need to advertise anything. Please don't follow me. I got too many kids to raise. I don't really care.
Yeah, I hear it. I know. I can't keep up with it. I try to have more of a presence. I'm like, I should share this. And I'm like, I'll share that in a moment as soon as I stop whatever that screaming is.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to go address that first. That sounds like a Band-Aid and an ice pack. And it's fine. It's usually fine.
Yeah,
that's okay. Well, hey, I appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me. I always love coming chatting with you. I mean, you and I could chat. We're 26 minutes in. I think we can go another 26 minutes easily, but
we really
I do appreciate you.
Yeah, and we appreciate you. And I honestly, we could probably get you out of some parenting responsibilities if we just said, hey, we have to have an hour talk. It's like, it's a very important talk we need to have.
I think we should block out a day. I think we could do that.
We could pull that off.
Cucumbers on our eyes and just
we could just have an 8-hour filibuster conversation about everything.
Don't stop talking.
We'll plan one of those this summer. We'll do that this summer when we get into the thick of it, right? When we have a couple of months of the kids being home, we'll plan the filibuster episode. We could do that.
Amen.
All right. Matt Wintz, thank you so much. We appreciate you. You are, of course, a friend of the network. You're welcome anytime. You've got the link. This is the permanent link, by the way. I don't know if I don't know if I should say that, but yeah, no one can see it. Yeah, you can pop in anytime. We would love it if you would just pop in on the show one time. Unexpected. You don't even have to knock on the door. Just come in. You are more than welcome anytime, man.
I don't think you want that, but I'll save the link for sure, though. I appreciate that.
Matt Wintz, WKYC Meteorologist, we appreciate you. Enjoy your vacation, and we'll see you, I guess, around the end of June, around our birthdays.
Yeah, sounds good. All right. Happy pre-birthday. Thanks, Chad.
All right, buddy. You too. Have a good one.
Fanatics isn't just our name, it's who we are. Loyal, passionate fans dedicated to our favorite teams and to the sports we love. That's why we're honored to be able to offer fans the world's largest collection of official sports apparel and sports jerseys from all leagues, teams, and players you love. We feature a wide selection of gear from every league, including the NFL, MLB, NBA, NHL, and NCAA merchandise, which allows us to serve fans of football, baseball, hockey, basketball, lacrosse, soccer, golf, and, well, everything else that gets your heart pumping. Go to fanatics.com by using the QR code on your screen right now to celebrate your teams. That's fanatics.com, a proud sponsor of the Inside Edge Network, Cleveland's digital leader. Awesome show today on Unfiltered, guys. We went through the gambit of different breaking news stories in Northeast Ohio, including the big news, hey, Mike Gansey, he's out as the GM of the Cavs. He's taking over president of basketball operations duties with the Philadelphia 76ers. How about that? He's got some stuff to work on over there, too. Coming up next week, man, it is a full range of topics, news, talk, sports, all across Northeast Ohio. You get it right here on Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell. 5 p.m. Monday, we're back right here on the Inside Edge Network.
And welcome back to Inside Edge Primetime here on the Inside Edge Network. Chad Bryan to my right, which, ladies and gentlemen, means your right, my right, everybody's right. That's right, that's Chad Bryan to my right, your right. I'm Eli Moon. We are back in the saddle on the saddle here on this Friday edition of Inside Edge Primetime. Big thank you again to WKYC Channel 3 meteorologist and friend of the program, Matt Wintz, for speaking with Chad Bryan for a half hour. Look, I got to talk to Chad every hour for every weeknight. Kudos to Matt, man. No, I'm kidding.
It's not easy. Yeah.
No, it was great. You did a great job. It was good hearing Matt, hearing the weather update, and obviously hearing just his thoughts on the Cavs and the Guards as well. It was real good. Yeah, always a good time having him on. I'm sure you enjoyed yourself too, getting away from me for a little bit.
Yeah, I got to learn a little bit about weather. That was nice. The Omega block situation was nice. Nice to know that we've got a nice little halo of good weather around us, right?
Yes, absolutely. Well, hey, if you want to stay locked in with all the great stuff like Matt Wintz being on the show, all of the guests we have, and all the great weekly and daily programming, make sure you like, subscribe, follow at Inside Edge Net on all the socials. Again, Inside Edge Net is where you're going to want to go, right there at the bottom of your screen, boom. And then you're going to want to go to the website, InsideEdgeNetwork.com, read about your favorite personalities like Chad and I, and of course, go over to the partners page. The QR code right above Chad's head takes you to the partners page. Right there, boom. W Energy, Monster Moments, SportsMemorabilia.com, Fanatics.com, AlleyRoseFragrances.com. We appreciate our partners. Couldn't do it without them. Couldn't do it without you at home. We appreciate you for that. We're going to give you a promo code, Insider, for 20% off your order until the end of May. A few more days left. Mugs, hats, polos, shirts, windbreakers, all that great stuff. Go rep Cleveland's digital leader, your source for sports, entertainment, mental health conversations, news, and everything in between. We appreciate you. So go over to InsideEdgeNetwork.com. All right. We are here, Chad, and it's time for our Friday free-for-all. We did Friday free-for-all a few weeks ago, and it was kind of like us just rambling for a minute. And yeah, that was all right. That was cool.
Yeah, it was very free. Yeah, it was very free.
But we decided to spice it up a little bit. So what we did this week, ladies and gentlemen, we went to ChatGPT or any AI typing, writing of our choice. And Chad and I decided we're going to just choose a topic every Friday. And then we have to choose somebody in that topic or whatever in that topic. This week was MLB players. We'll reveal. We told the other who we would have, but we did not. So what happened? Let me dive a little bit deeper, explain the rules. So we gave each other a player, okay? And then we had to write with AI, hey, write something about this player. And then we're going to give it to the other one. Chad and I have not read what player we've been assigned to the story. We're going to read it live on air here for you tonight. Chad, do you want to go first or you want me to go first?
I'll go first. I'll pull it up here. I'll pull it up.
Tell the people who you have tonight.
Okay, so tonight,
yes,
I will be speaking of Mark Burley, of course. Right? We just talked about the White Sox with Matt Wintz, and they're above 500, and they're competing in the AL Central. And now I'm going to read a story or a description. I don't know what I'm going to read. I have no idea what this is. I know there are words that are about to be on my screen about Mark Burley, and I'm going to try to read it, and I'm going to try to get through it for the first time and make it look and sound somewhat professional. So
I love it. Yes, MLB players again is the topic for tonight. It can be historic. It can be, all right. Tonight we chose between all right and historic. So, Chad, take it away. Mark Burley, what's he got going on?
Let's find out. So this looks like a story. Mark Burley took the mound for the Chicago White Sox on a sunny afternoon and immediately got to work. Eli, his pitching pace was so fast that the scoreboard operator spilled his coffee trying to keep up. That's not good. I spilled my coffee here, it'd be all over my computer. The first batter stepped in, adjusted his helmet, tapped the plate twice, and looked up just in time to hear the umpire yell, "Strike 3." Confused, the batter turned to the catcher and asked, "Did I miss something?" The catcher replied, "Only 3 pitches in about 15 seconds of your life." But, by the third inning, fans who left for a hot dog returned to find the game had somehow advanced 4 innings. It's happening. Things got even stranger in the 7th, as if they're not already weird with me trying to read through this. The opposing team called a meeting on the mound to discuss a strategy for slowing Burley down. One player suggested hiding all the baseball. Happening. Another recommended unplugging the stadium clock. That gets Burley every time. He just shuts right down. He's like a robot. That was me, by the way. Not a. Okay, now back to yeah, that was Chad. Chad here speaking. Chad be here. Their manager finally said maybe we should just ask him nicely to pitch slower. When they approached Burley, he smiled and said, "Sorry, fellas. Promised not my coach. I promised my couch I'd be home early." My couch. But he had to talk with his couch before the game. 10 minutes later, the game was over. The White Sox had won, and Burley was already halfway through a plate of barbecue while the opposing team was still looking for the first inning. That's Mark Burley's career. And that sums up White Sox pitcher, White Sox great, Mark Burley. And there you go.
That was great. That was great. Oh, my goodness, dude. The more you know about Mark Burley, bro. Dude.
No, yeah, he just would just crush barbecue after the game. It took him like 19 minutes to pitch a game. He didn't know.
He said, the manager said, "We'll go out there and ask him to pitch slower."
I mean, come on, that's fantastic. But I would like if they would hit all the baseballs. That would have been fun.
That would be great. That would be great. All right. All right. I have one as well, Chad. I guess I'll get after it. Mine tonight is about none other than Oakland Athletic legend, Ricky Henderson. You know, the stolen base leader, all that great jazz. All right, let's get into this here, shall I? Got a little bit of a lengthy one here, Chad. All right, here we go.
Yeah,
ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, today we celebrate the legendary Ricky Henderson, widely regarded as the greatest leadoff hitter in baseball history, and according to several confused computer databases, the inventor of both stealing bases and the concept of running. Ricky accumulated over 1,400 stolen bases during his Hall of Fame career, which is remarkable considering most baseball games only have 4 bases available at a time. Experts estimate that if you stretched all of Ricky's stolen bases end to end, they would reach somewhere between the moon and the parking lot of the Oakland Coliseum. Born in Chicago and later starting for the Oakland Athletics, Ricky became famous for his speed, patience at the plate, and his unique ability to refer to himself in the third person. In fact, historians believe Ricky spoke about Ricky so often that some younger fans assumed there were actually 3 Ricky Hendersons playing simultaneously. Advanced artificial intelligence researchers concluded that Ricky once stole second base, third base, home plate, and a hot dog from the concession stand all during the same inning. While the concession stand portion remains disputed, nobody has been brave enough to rule it out completely. Ricky's accomplishments are staggering. He scored more runs than almost anyone in baseball history, drew thousands of walks, won a World Series championship, and spent parts of 4 different centuries playing professional baseball. Some records.
I didn't catch that when I breezed through it earlier. I didn't catch that.
Some records indicate he retired in 2003, while other less reliable sources suggest he is currently batting .317 for a minor league team on Mars. His legendary confidence was matched only by his talent. Teammates often said Ricky believed he was the best player on the field. Ricky reportedly disagreed with that statement because it implied there was a possibility he wasn't. Perhaps the most famous Ricky story came when he broke the all-time stolen base record. Upon reaching the milestone, Ricky proudly declared himself the greatest of all time. Modern AI systems have carefully analyzed this statement and determined that Ricky was either displaying supreme confidence or simply reading directly from an official government document. The findings remain inconclusive. What we do know is that Ricky Henderson was one of baseball's most electrifying players, a Hall of Famer, a champion, and a once-in-a-generation talent. He changed the game with his speed, swagger, and personality. And while artificial intelligence may occasionally report that Ricky stole the Declaration of Independence, led the American Revolution, and once hit a home run that landed in Nevada, the truth is impressive enough on its own. Ricky Henderson wasn't just a baseball player. Ricky Henderson was Ricky Henderson.
There you go. Ricky Henderson was Ricky Henderson. That's a fact. That's actually that's maybe the actual part of that whole thing, but that was a fact.
4 different centuries is crazy.
Yeah, I thought it was only 3. That's wild.
That's crazy. All right, well that's our Friday free for all. That's what we're going to be doing every Friday, folks. Not necessarily baseball players, but if you want to chime in, give us a topic for Friday free for all. We'll then decide in that topic who we should talk about or whatever. If you have a suggestion, then we'll base it off that topic, and we'll get after it. But that is our new rendition of Friday free for all. We hope you enjoyed it. Because Chad and I just had a ball.
We got to see Eli being Eli right there. That was fun.
Yeah, that was awesome, man. That was awesome. All right, let's get after it, Chad. We are at the end of the week here for us here on InsideEdge Primetime. Got some final thoughts. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first for like the 8th day in a row?
I will go first. Oh, shut up. Okay, I'll go first. Hey, this is not AI. This is me. Well, you heard the Omega block, right? Matt talked about the Omega. The weather's going to be really, really good. Get outside. I mean, do whatever you got to do to get outside. It's going to be beautiful for the next week at least. I checked the 15-day forecast. All the temperatures are between like there's like a 64 in there, but whatever. That's not so bad. It could be way worse. But anyway, like mostly between like 70 and 80 degrees, low humidity, like almost no rain, like Matt said. So yeah, please get outside and just, try to enjoy whatever time. I mean, it's going to be beautiful. Get outside, see some stuff, like get some vitamin D, man, get some sun in your life. And enjoy the beginning of, it's de facto summer. I know it's not summer until later in June or whatever, but most kids are done with school. It's de facto summer now. Get out and enjoy it and get outside and just, try to be as healthy as you can. It's good for your mental health. It's good for your physical health. Just get outside. That's it.
Absolutely. I'll double down on that. Just go spend some time with family too. If you still got your mama and your papa in your life, go spend some time with them. Go say what's up. You got a brother or sister, or both. Go say what's up to them. My brother lives in Columbus, so I'll give him a call this weekend and check in on him, make sure he's doing all right. I get to see my sister and my, her awesome kids, my niece and nephew all the time. And my brother-in-law, I live with Papa Moon, and I call my mama every day. So I would suggest everybody else check on their family while you're getting outside. Go take a family walk. Go do some stuff. Guess what? The fair is coming back here real soon. We got the Cuyahoga County Fair coming back very, very soon. We got some other things. Cedar Point. I know the bros are going to Cedar Point. I'm not a big ride guy, but maybe this year. We'll see. But there's a lot of great stuff to do. Go out and do it. Go enjoy one of the first real nice weekends, like Chad said, of the summer. So,
yeah,
that's what we got for you. All right, that's going to do it here for us. We're going to put a bow on this thing. Usually the wheels fall off, and I think we're doing all right tonight, Chad. So we're going to get out of here before the wheels fall off.
Still rolling.
Yes. Want to thank everybody for tuning in and rocking out with us. Again, like, subscribe, follow all that great stuff. Inside Edge Net on all the socials, YouTube, X, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. Stay locked in with Chad and I. We're here with you every weeknight throughout the week. Monday through Friday, 10 to 11 p.m. Sometimes a little bit after, like tonight. And then, of course, leading up to us throughout the week is Unfiltered with Kyle Cornell, 5 to 6 p.m., talking news, current events, some sports talk, and a little bit of everything there. He does a great job, and he leads up to us here on the daily side of things. And then Midnight Run with Anthony Alford, weeknights, Monday through Friday, 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. on Hinge Behavior, the time you need it most. Double A hasn't been saying that in a while. So had to bring that back. He'll be with you tonight. Now look up for the second stream, which will be Double A on Midnight Run. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, all that great stuff. Hit that notification bell so you know when Double A is going live so you can stay locked in. We have some news on the 11 o'clock hour coming very, very soon where we might be able to help you with that clicking 2 streams thing again. We'll see what we can do, but make sure for now you like, subscribe, follow, all that great stuff. Inside Edge
Don't
Net.
cross the streams. Don't do that. You ever watch Ghost? Yeah, don't cross the streams.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But what you want to do is go check out InsideEdgeNetwork.com. We read about your favorite personalities like Chad Knight. Everybody who does a great job across the Inside Edge Network from daily and weekly shows. Of course, we mentioned the daily shows, but weekly shows. Real Talk with Pop Moon tomorrow, Saturday at 5 p.m. He has my sister, Maddie, on there. It's going to be a great conversation. Can't wait to hear what she has to say. Of course, we have Jersey Chasers with Autumn and Christy. They have some interesting stuff. Some that may even caught Double A's attention for Midnight Run. We'll keep an eye on that. And, of course, we have Voice of the Land, Ryan Mosser, and Kevin Arnold. We have Main Event, which will be Sunday evening. Robert Zicki, Double A back with us for Main Event. And, of course, myself. Can't wait. A lot of great stuff. Go read about the personalities, your favorites, and everybody here on the Inside Edge Network. And go check out the partners page, W Energy, Monster Moments, SportsMemorabilia.com, Fanatics.com, and AlleyRoseFragrances.com. Could not do it without you. We appreciate you so, so much. And could not do it without you at home. So go ahead and go to that shop. Get a mug, get a shirt, get a polo, get a hat, get a t-shirt. Just get all the great stuff. Get a windbreaker. Promo code Insider, 20% off your order until the end of May. A few days left at InsideEdgeNetwork.com. All right. That's going to officially do it here. For Chad Bryan, to my right, your right, everybody's right. I'm Eli Moon. That's going to do it for another week of Inside Edge Primetime. We appreciate you so, so much. Stay blessed. We love you. We appreciate you. We'll be back Monday to break down Game 7. Who won? Spurs, Thunder, and so, so much more. Hopefully the Cavs don't do anything stupid. Hopefully the Browns don't do anything stupid. Oh, hopefully the guards win. Okay, let's get out of here. That's Chad Bryan.
Let's go.
I'm Eli Moon. We are out of here. We'll see you Monday. All right, y'all? Peace.
Have a good weekend.